Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Impress podcast series. I'm Lia Kesopoulou from Reframe Food, the communications manager for Impress. Impress is an EU funded project focused on developing innovative, knowledge intensive products derived from low trophic species and processing wastewaters. To kick things off, I'm delighted to have with me today Brijesh Tiwari from Teagasc, the project's coordinator. Teagasc is Ireland's national body, providing integrated research, advisory, and training services to the agriculture and food industry, as well as rural communities. Brijesh, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being part of it. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's start by talking about Teagasc's role in Impress. As the project coordinator, what are your main responsibilities and how do you contribute to the project success?
Many thanks. As far as Teagasc is concerned, Teagasc is a coordinator of this project. We have several roles, not only in a technical but also in the coordination. Teagasc's main responsibility is not only to keep detailed records, track project progress, identify potential risk and at early stage, and prepare solution in advance. We maintain a clear line of communication which glues the whole project together, ensures that every team member understand their roles and responsibilities. Our key stakeholders are informed with regular updates. Chagas as a coordinator fosters team collaborations and well coordinated. My job as a coordinator is to create a space where everyone can work together efficiently. Positive work environment which helps in motivation and improve productivity and keeping the project on schedule. These are and identify any major roadblock which can come in. We maintain that we are adapted to a change, so that in case whatever project is running and everything doesn't goes 100% according to the plan, so we are adaptable and we ensure that we are ready to accept the change and in order to achieve major goals, focusing on delivery of quality. That is the project. As a project coordinator, the focus is not to get things done in a timely manner but to get things done well, and we ensure that all the tasks are of high standard, and wherever there is any problem comes in, and we address those challenges, and we stay focused, stay proactive, and keep leading the project to success.
So, coordination is key, as we can understand, in a demanding project like this. But of course, it is a team effort. So, let's talk about the partners involved. How many partners are involved, and what expertise do they bring?
Okay, absolutely. So the Impress project itself is an ambitious initiative focusing on promoting zero waste, sustainable, fresh and marine bioresources food value chain. To make this vision a reality, the project brings together a consortium of 14 partners from 7 different countries, each contributing uniquely to drive the innovation in the sector. And if you break it down, Ireland is represented by 4 different partners. One is Chagas, which obviously you introduce as a national body providing integrated research, advisory, and training services for agriculture and food industry. We have Trinity College Dublin, which is a leading institute and specializes in polymeric material, sustainable packaging material, and developing advanced techniques to develop biodegradable packaging materials. We have a partner from University College Cork, which brings in research expertise on duckweed production by using processed wastewater arising from the stream. We have Bantry Marine Research Station and aquaculture facilities, which focuses on the production of low-trophic species, that's macroalgae or seaweed. We have Serbia, which contribution comes from FINS, that is University of Novi Sad Institute of Food Technology, as leader in food and feed technology, and Poland is having strong presence with multiple partners. Main one is National Marine Fisheries Research Institute, which is country's oldest marine science center focusing on fisheries and marine environment. We have a COMEX as innovative company specializing in high quality printing and RFIDs and NFC technology, which will be used for packaging of seafood product, which will be developing in this project. NGAS is a growing SME which provides engineering solutions, consultancies, and developing sustainable life cycle assessment of different ingredients formed. Spain is another key partner in the consortium, represented by ENFACO, which is a private non-profit organization which supports large number of companies in marine and food industry. We have NeoAlgae is an innovative small and medium enterprise which expertise in microalgae production, again using the site wastewater which we'll obtain from seafood processing. Lusaga, which is a Galicia food cluster which fosters sustainable growth and competitiveness in the food and drink sector. From Norway, we are represented by Sintef, which is a top tier research and development institution which works on value creation and industry competitiveness. Israel is represented by Escol Innovation, which is a company specializes in a range of different ingredients coming out of duckweed for food and non-food applications. And towards the end is the Greece, which is contributes to Reframe Food, which is a non-profit organization dedicated to food sustainability, innovation, and technology, developing business case studies in agri-food sector. So, with this consortium makes it powerful, bring together diverse mix of academic institution, industry players, research centers, non-profit organization, and each partner is having a role to play in various aspect of the project, whether it's scientific research, technological innovations, industrial applications, or developing sustainability strategies. So that's not all is a whole multi-actor approach which takes Impress completely stand out, and it's just not the research but turning innovation into real world solutions.
Thank you very much for introducing the members of this strong team. Now, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What is Impress all about? And if you can walk us through the project's main goals and objectives.
Absolutely. See, Impress project is, as you mentioned, is an innovative initiative which is not only focusing on transforming the aquatic food value chain to be more sustainable, efficient, and zero waste. That means we utilize every fraction of the biomass. We share good practices for professionals involved in blue bioeconomy, raise awareness for about underutilized low-trophic species which are nutritionally very relevant, and assist consumers who are changing their dietary habit towards more fish-based and plant-based diets. This project brings together a multidisciplinary team, which we already discussed, from across Europe to develop cutting edge solutions for reducing waste, improving resource efficiencies, and maximizing the value of aquatic food products. And in relation to the core goals of Impress is as its heart, Impress itself is all about is sustainability and innovation in marine freshwater food sector. Our main goal one is to minimize the waste and maximize the resource use. We aim to develop new technologies that can extract, can obtain high value ingredients from aquatic side streams, leaving no, uh, which does not leave anything unutilized, that is, every fraction is utilized, enhancing the circular economy. Instead of discarding fish side streams or residues, we explore ways to repurpose and upcycle these materials into valuable food, feed, and other bio based products. We develop sustainable processing technologies, working on green techniques or innovative bioprocessing techniques that will allow industry to be more environment friendly and economically viable. Improving food security and nutrition, that's by utilizing aquatic resources, low trophic species, improving nutritional value of the food products developed, along with reducing the environmental impact, which which aligns with the sustainability policies, reducing environmental impact of our aquatic food product to for marine industry to optimize use of energy, elimination of waste, reducing the waste, and obviously bridging the science and industry. So Impress will ensure that research innovation developed within this project are translated into real world applications, and we work closely with the businesses, policymakers, and other stakeholders to turn research and innovative activities into actionable solutions.
Okay. Thank you very much for introducing our audience to the project's objectives. Now, we know that every project has a driving force behind it. What inspired Impress in the first place?
Okay, that's really a fantastic question. And Impress project was born out of growing global challenges. Obviously, how can we make aquatic food system more sustainable, resource efficient, and waste free? That is zero waste. We built this project on a solid foundation of the previously funded project from European Commission. To give an example, is Food Star. Food Starts, which was all about food product development cycle, framing up, stepping up the research excellence with fins in Serbia, various marine blue economy projects funded nationally and by European Commission. And the main inspiration behind Impress comes from the pressing need to think, or rather rethink, how we use our aquatic resources in a better way. The seafood industry generates large amount of side streams and byproducts. We are talking about fish skin, bones, shells, and other materials that often goes to the waste. But actually, these are not a waste. These are valuable resources which contains very high value ingredients, proteins, and bioactive compounds. And this problem we haven't seen, we haven't been using them efficiently. At the same time, we also face a major sustainability challenges related to environmental impact, which food industry is facing a huge pressure to reduce waste, carbon footprint, and aquatic food product to become more circular to avoid overfishing of certain species and using other low trophic species which are even more nutritious, and to provide the food security and nutrition in terms of growing population, we need to be a bit smarter way to feed people with the fewer resources. And towards science has already been shown that aquatic byproduct can be transformed into high value ingredients for food, feed, and non-food applications, byproduct cosmetics, and different biomaterials, and which we haven't tapped it fully. So this project will bring in will bring in those things. These were the one which led to the birth of this project, and that's the reason we were basically focusing on the question what could create a circular economy for aquatic food, how we can turn seafood waste into valuable product instead of throwing it away, or how could we use them in more sustainable or less energy intensive technology. This is what Impress comes in, and the project was designed to bridge the gap between science and industry, develop practical real world solutions that turn food side stream into new opportunities, at the same time to develop new food and feed product coming out of low trophic species which are nutritionally very relevant.
As you mentioned a few challenges already, let's take it from there and dive into some of the critical challenges Impress is tackling. What are the key issues the project aims to address?
Okay, so that's really a great question. Obviously, every project is meant to address some key challenges, and within that, Impress project is tackling some of the pressing challenges in aquatic food industry or seafood sector, all centered around sustainability, waste reduction, and resource efficiency. If we break this one down, first itself is food waste and resource inefficiency, and the biggest challenge in seafood sector is the waste. Right now, a significant portion of this fish and seafood never reaches consumer, and which is obviously same as the main product, depending upon how we process it. Take example of skin, bones, shells, and other byproduct which goes unused. And Impress is changing this by finding ways to turn these material into valuable products, developing food, feed products, non-food application, for example, developing biodegradable packaging material, which is to replace fossil-based polymeric material. Instead of discarding these byproducts, we use innovative technologies and to maximize their value. Second one is again to do with environmental impact and climate change. And if you'll see, the food industry, including fisheries and aquaculture sector, is having major environmental footprint. Overfishing, excessive resource use, inefficient production methods all contributes to the issues of higher carbon emissions, marine pollution, inefficient resource utilization. So Impress is working to reduce this impact to promote circular economy models where every part of aquatic resource is used efficiently, not only as a bioresources but also in terms of the technology. The need for sustainable protein and nutrition source is a key challenge for the future as world population is growing. So does the demand for high quality protein, and traditional sources like meat and dairy have a huge environmental impact, whereas seafood and marine based protein are often sustainable alternative. And not only it makes their production more efficient, and this is one of the things which Impress is helping to create high quality sustainable proteins for upcycling seafood side stream, um, looking for the new biomasses, for example, microalgae and macroalgae for human and animal nutrition. And there is also lack of innovation in aquatic food sector. So while technology has transformed many sectors, dairy, meat, and different to food, where seafood sector has been slower to adopt innovations, especially when it comes to waste management sustainability. And Impress brings in cutting edge science and technology into the sector, developing new new processing technologies, making aquatic food production more efficient and more profitable. And and apart from that, we think Impress is solving the urgent need for more sustainable and efficient and zero waste aquatic food system. By tackling food waste, we'll be able to transform seafood industry for a better. And the best part of that is we are developing real world solutions that can be implemented across the industry.
So, overcoming these challenges could have a major impact, as we can understand. Which regions or sectors are expected to see the biggest changes as a result?
Uh, as you'll see, Impress is designed to have a wider impact, both geographically as well as multiple sectors of the food and the bioeconomy. While the project is based in Europe, and the solutions we are developing are really scalable and globally relevant. If you see the key regions and sectors where we see most of the significant changes, one is Europe. Impress is a EU funded project, and many of its first implementations and policies integrates will happen across the European countries. Project aligns with the EU's Green Deal and Farm to Fork strategies, meaning that European seafood and aquaculture sector will likely to see the earliest and biggest transformation. Within that, coastal and marine economies, countries with strong fishing and aquaculture industries like Spain, Norway, in Ireland, and Poland are set to benefit the most. And these regions really heavily dependent on marine resources, and Impress will help not only to reduce waste, improve the sustainability, efficiencies in seafood production as well as processing. And emerging blue economy regions, the biggest transformation can be seen is in other coastal regions for fisheries and aquaculture. For example, part of Southeast Asia, South America, and Africa can also adopt and benefit from the innovations what Impress is developing. Sectors that will experience with the biggest change, first and foremost, is seafood and aquaculture industry. That is again how we come up with resource efficient processes, reduce waste, create new venues to develop new value chains, and how revenues can be generated from the side stream obtained. Second sector is food and nutrition, shift towards more sustainable and innovative ingredients, and Impress will develop a range of different protein alternatives and functional food, and bringing new food for vegan community as well as non-vegan who are looking constantly for changes. Another sector which sees the major impact is related to the animal feed industry. Making use of side stream from seafood processing can be repurposed into high protein feed not only for livestock but also for aquaculture. That means rerouting the side stream back to the fish feed by creating a circular economy model and reducing the reliance on land based feed. Biotechnology and economy and bioeconomy by developing new technologies which is will have huge impact on technological sector, particularly in the pharmaceuticals, marine drive biotech compounds for health, cosmetics, collagens, and lipids and oils, what we get out of it, sustainable packaging, biomaterial. And if you see the global impact for this project, whereas Europe and coastal economies will be a biggest and earliest change, but Impress innovation can be applied globally, as mentioned, reducing waste, creating sustainable alternative, driving circular economy, and practices worldwide. And by combining science, industry, and sustainability effort, and Impress is really making a real impact on the future of food, health, and the environment.
Okay, it's exciting to hear about the potential impact of the project. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on what's been achieved so far.
Okay, as far as what has been achieved, we are midway on in the project, and it's made remarkable progression in promoting sustainable innovation within the aquatic food sector. Some of the key accomplishments are: we put the consumer first, that is consumer perception survey, that is insight into consumer preferences. We conducted comprehensive surveys across 6 European countries to understand consumer motivation for fish consumption, their openness to alternatives, health, taste, dietary variations emerging as a major factors. Out of that number responded, they expressed willingness to try plant-based substitute. Collaborative workshops for professionals engaging stakeholders. We organized co-creation workshop in Poland, Spain, Ireland, bringing together professionals to discuss the sustainable use of underutilized species and the side stream, and to address to align our research program towards the need of the stakeholders. We mapped low-trophic species. Report was prepared to see how what are the current products and stakeholders involved in low-trophic species, highlighting their economic and environmental potential in the sector for food, supplement, and feed sector, and thus to advance to advance Impress goals and initiatives. Capitalization report on Horizon Europe activities to strengthen the collaboration with similar type of project funded in recent past, recently concluded project, and how we can develop synergies between different projects to make best value of the money. And apart from that, from the processes and novel ingredient, we developed a number of different processes how we can uh, use solid and liquid waste streams, develop processing technologies to recover valuable components like chitin, chitosan, lipids, and protein from the side stream. We have been active in participation key events for showcasing innovation of Impress to have wider impact. So these achievements are dedicated innovation, collaboration, sustainability across blue economy. By engaging consumers, professional stakeholders, and advancing research, we are making significant contribution towards sustainable future in aquatic food value chains.
And of course, there's still a lot ahead. So, what's next for Impress? What can we expect in the coming months?
In coming months, Impress project is gearing up for several pivotal activities aimed at advancing sustainable practices in marine and freshwater sector. And what's in our on our agenda is a consumer awareness campaign, that is educational initiatives recognizing the importance of consumer engagement. Impress is planning campaigns to educate public about the benefit of low trophic species, consumption of sustainably produced seafoods, and initiative aim to shift consumer goals towards more sustainable options, thereby supporting the project goals and thereby implementing European Green Deal agenda farm to fork initiative. expansion of industry collaborations, strengthening partnership with existing collaborations. We are also having a plan to engage with additional industry partners to pilot our new technologies and processes. And these collaboration will aim to facilitate the adoption of sustainable practices, policy engagement, and influencing policy. Impress intend to actively participate in policy dialogues to promote regulations that support sustainable practices in marine and freshwater sectors. By sharing our research findings and success stories, we also aim to influence policy decision that aligns with zero waste objectives. Capacity building to have widespread adoption of innovations. Impress will host in coming months and host workshops and training sessions for different stakeholders across the value chain, development of educational material, community workshops, training programs, and and create a new value chains for food ingredient for low trophic species, food products, vegan and non-vegan, and develop zero waste value chains. And in coming months, we are set to transform the Impress project as we continue to drive innovation, sustainability in aquatic food sector. And we also invite everyone to stay connected through our upcoming podcast series and participating in our initiative to collectively work together to achieve zero waste future. And we are committed to make a meaningful impact, and we are really excited about our journey ahead.
It's been great to hear about all the work being done through Impress. Brijesh, thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing your insights. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in. If you want to learn more about Impress, you can visit our website, sign up for our newsletter, and follow us on social media for regular updates. See you in the next episode.